Right here on MSNBC. And now to the debate over war. Senator Rand Paul is one of several lawmakers that want Congress to vote on the war with ISIS before the holiday break. Even though President Obama says he doesn't need congressional approval, Senator Paul went on hardball and said lawmakers have to get a say.
It's really probably the most important responsibility that any legislator shall ever have, and that's to send a young man or woman into harm's way. And our founding fathers were very clear on this. James Madison wrote that the executive branch is the branch most prone to war. Therefore, we have, with studied care, vested the power of war in the legislature. George Washington was adamant about this. Jefferson was adamant about this. This is not a function that the president can unilaterally weigh in on.
And here to frame the debate, Jimmy Williams, executive editor of Blue Nation Review and an MSNBC contributor, and Chris Wilson, conservative pollster and political analyst. Gentlemen, both, thank you for being with me. Jimmy, I want to start with you. Why not let Congress weigh in now instead of waiting until next year?
Well, we're already there. So, listen, I'm just astonished, and I will profess this nationally on TV. I agree with Rand Paul. That doesn't happen very often. And so when it does, listen, they went home before the Christmas break knowing full well that we were sending more and more that we were going to do more on this issue of ISIS, okay? The great irony of this is in August of 2013, Senator Paul put a piece in Time magazine that said, why I'm voting no on Syria. So he's changed his mind. I'm glad he has, because this is an actual threat. That obviously stems from the beheadings and the public outcry and being scared of those kinds of things being on our soil. But the Congress should vote on this. War is an important issue. The president commands the troops, but the Congress funds the troops. And I think that what Rand Paul is doing is dead on, and it's good. I checked with the whip's office. They're going to vote on this before they leave. I think it's great.
Interesting. And now there is a divide among Democrats about what to do maybe getting the United States more involved in this fight against ISIS. But Chris, foreign policy is also cutting the GOP and potential 2016 candidates down the middle. Folks like Rand Paul and Ted Cruz want the U.S. to play a smaller role, while others like Jeb Bush say we can't withdraw from the world. Is this something that is dividing the Republican Party?
Well, I don't think it is yet, and that's kind of the issue, because right now what you have is Republicans really united after what happened with the immigration order from Obama. Is you have him exercising sort of an imperial presidency in ways that presidents like Richard Nixon and Lyndon Baines Johnson would have never considered. And so from that, it's good to see someone like a Paul and some of the other constitutional scholars that now exist in the Senate, the Mike Lees, the Ted Cruzes, those types, come forward and say, we're going to take this power back. There's supposed to be 3 co-equal branches of government, and we're going to work to reestablish that initiative. But for how this plays out in terms of the future, I don't know if this is a one-time sideshow with relation to ISIS and foreign power, or is it the first of many constitutional battles that exist as we move into a Republican-controlled Senate? That's what I think will be really interesting to watch.
And then, Jimmy, we have to see about Hillary Clinton. How do you think she's been handling the public persona as far as, for example, ISIS and foreign policy?
Well, I don't know. I haven't had a conversation with her about it or any of her aides, but I can tell you that she is going to have to, at some point, put down a position on this. She will declare whether she's running or not in the middle of January. That's what I'm hearing from the staff. And if she does run, then we're going to ask. We in the press are going to want to know what her position on the Middle East is, and specifically on the threat of ISIS. And so I think, listen, if you're going to run for president, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you need to have a position. And I welcome what she will have to say. I also welcome how the Republicans are completely divided on this issue, and they are, especially the ones running for president.
Jimmy Williams and Chris Wilson, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take a look.